Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Previously on Gutter Trash.
There is always an overpowering and strong story form. And right now it's cinema. And right now we all work in that direction. So my comics have always been aimed in that direction. I just didn't know it. To make the 40s stuff work. Because otherwise it's just a piece of nostalgia. And I want it to feel as modern as our world. But at the same time, I want to evoke the best of the 40s. Film noir is about inner darkness and the frightening center of our souls. The darkness that is the noir of film noir is internal darkness. It's not external.
My name is Eric Schonborn, and I have a severe head injury.
You should totally get that card printed up. Not to make fun of them, just to make fun of yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
I may suffer some symptoms as irritability, excessive swearing, and irrational and immature behavior.
We all need cards. I mean, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a card. And whenever you meet someone, oh, that's a perfect idea. Like, instead of a business card, you're like, here's my psychosis card. And you just pass it along. And, like, quickly you come up with, how you should behave around this person.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you just, at a glance, you're like, oh, I shouldn't talk about Christmas for some reason. He's really irritable about that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, it fits perfectly with this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 50.
Wow.
The big 5-0.
Is that like our bronze anniversary?
Technically, if we were married, it'd be gold.
Really?
And years.
And golden years, wow.
Or
The golden
50
year.
years would be gold, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe.
I know Motley Crue had a gold record.
Yeah.
Platinum even, maybe. I don't know. Probably.
They probably went platinum.
Maybe? Okay.
Dr. Feelgood?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what 50 episodes for podcast is, especially since we've actually done more than 50.
Yeah.
It is technically episode 53.
Yeah, because you've erased like 7 of them.
I've only erased one.
No, that's true.
And I'm actually counting that among the 53. I swear to God, one day I will put it back up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just gotta remember to edit certain parts
Are
of it.
you going to actually put in beeps or just chop sections out of it?
I'll probably,
I think it'd be funnier with the beeps.
Yeah. It would, I don't like the Jimmy Kimmel show, but they do a thing occasionally, unnecessary censorship.
Oh, yeah.
Which they just take like a speech that a public personality gave, and then they just bleep out certain words. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Is it a podcast or a TV show?
TV show,
okay.
late night talk show, Jimmy Kimmel.
I think I've seen that once.
Yeah. You haven't mentioned who you are.
I'm Jason Young.
Thank you. Obviously, my voice is a little weird right now. I'm talking in low, hushed tones. Not my usual self. Been sick. Just now starting to feel better. So
You've been sick for days.
Yeah.
You're like a dog that should be taken out back and shot.
Probably. Well, for other reasons. But
right.
I piss in the corner. And,
Right.
Yeah.
You eat the cat shit.
I eat the cat shit. And
well, I'm glad you're on the mend.
Thank you. So, not my usual voice. Probably actually sounds better than my usual voice. I'm not sure.
It's almost like Shadow Stevens. It's a little sexy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take Eric Schonborn for the win.
Actually
Circle gets the square.
I've mentioned her on the show before. My ex-girlfriend. We're still friends. I talk to her occasionally. I sent her. I called her today, but left her a voicemail, and she responded back to me, said that my voice sounded very sexy today. So,
See,
yeah,
I wasn't just making that up.
Nope. I am a sexy, sexy man.
At least auditorily.
Yeah. Audibly.
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 Yeah. You're audibly sexy.
Yeah.
That's more than I've ever been.
Hey, it's all I'll ever be. Ow. I just rammed my foot into my my drawer.
See that, and even that was kind of sexy. Where you're like, ow, instead of like, fuck, like you would usually.
Right.
So yeah, I like the new sexy you.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll keep this up. Something else I'm going to be keeping up. I have a big confession. I've never talked about it. It's on the show, I think, but you knew about it originally. Back in July, I started a Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
And I made like 2 twats, and pretty much just ignored it from that point on.
Yeah.
But then, like, for some reason, over the weekend, in addition to my being sick, I decided to
do a little tweeting.
And I remember that when I made it, I gave you a copy of the username and password, because I was hoping maybe we'd both do it, since this is both our show.
I never think about it.
Well, you can't use that anymore, because I had to change the password, because I could not remember the password that I gave you.
I swear I always forget, because you've mentioned it maybe 4 or 5 times.
Right.
I'm like, oh yeah, we have a tweeting account.
Yeah. So I started Twittering a little bit over the weekend, and I don't know, Pat and I kind of responded back and forth at least once. And,
you can do that? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Yeah, like if you tweet something, then if someone is following you and you're following them, they can respond to you and you can reply back to them. So I put up the show, the most recent episode 47, yesterday. Or this morning, technically. And I saw, like, I went to our Twitter account, my Twitter account. The show's Twitter account.
Yeah, the Gutter Trash Tweet Network.
Yeah. It's at guttertrash_net if you want to follow us.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
I probably never will, honestly.
Yeah. And I saw that, like, Pat follows us, and, like, some other guy follows us, but I think it might be spam. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then a third person not only followed, but responded to something that I said.
Really?
I think we have a new listener.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're shutting it down.
Yeah.
You don't know who it was, though. It wasn't.
Because I think he found me because I follow Chris Crank of the Crankcast. I think he found my Twitter account through that. Found that we were from Dayton, and that we do this podcast, and that we are both geeks, and
right.
We occasionally, well, you mostly, make our comics. Make our own comics. This guy's from Dayton and is a graphic designer.
Oh, really?
He lives in Jamestown right now. He's a big geek. And,
cool.
So I guess he listened to the show. And
that's awesome.
Said we were awesome. And he and I have been kind of responding back and forth a little bit with each other.
Tweeting away.
Fuck it. With this stupid, retarded, goddamn Twitter account, we got one listener.
Hey.
Totally fucking worth it.
Yeah, that works.
Totally worth it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, then, thanks, Tweet Network.
So if any of our other listeners, if they're on the Twitter, remember, it's at guttertrash_net. You can follow us.
There's no dot.
No dot.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just for the...
It's for the twit.
Wow.
The twits. The twats.
Wow.
The twatty twat. Twat twat twat.
I swear I'll go there sometime and...
Don't bother.
Yeah.
It's just me saying what I'm doing.
See, I never do anything gutter trash related other than when we record.
Oh, I wasn't doing anything about gutter trash related
okay.
stuff. I twittered about how I was trying to organize my comics. And,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I couldn't fit my Red Rocket 7s into a box. And, yeah.
So you cut like the excess area
Of
off?
course. Yeah,
okay.
I just cut them straight in half. And,
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, that
bundled
makes
them
more
up.
sense. That way you have the
Right.
whole book.
Exactly.
Oh, see, I'm an idiot. I would not even have thought of that.
How my fear is that my Grant Morrison stack is going to topple over me while I'm asleep. Yeah.
I was going through my Grant Morrison books today. I
Okay.
have a box at my mom's. I was filing all my old comics away and looking for supervillains to do sketches of.
Right.
And found a couple. I think I'm going to do Mr. Quimper.
Oh, fuck.
What? I think I'm going to do, what's his name? Red Jack from Doom Patrol and Mr. Nothing, was that his name?
Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody, yes.
You should have known that.
Well, I don't have my Doom Patrols there.
No, but you should have known.
Oh,
It was Mr. Nobody. You should have known, and that's what I was fucking about.
Captain Nobody, yeah.
Mr. Nobody is my all-time 100% no lie favorite supervillain of all times.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
For the people listening who don't know, I used to have a website / self-publishing thing that I am no longer a part of called Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I chose that name
Based on
because of Mr. Nobody.
Wow. Yeah. He's great.
Which
He's great.
I guess because I had asked you to do me a sketch card,
Mm-hmm.
and I requested Darkseid.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Mr. Nobody.
You can keep the dark side, and I'll do it, Mr. Nobody.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That made my day.
Mr. Nobody.
Mr.
Yes,
Nobody.
yes. And I'll even spell his name correctly. I won't write Mr. Nothing on the back.
Or Captain Nobody.
Like Captain Not Much and scratch it out.
And my old internet username before I just started going by my real name was Mr. Nobody.
Really?
Or sometimes just Nobody.
Mine is Tom Gordon.
Yes, it is. Because you are a fan of the Tom Gordon.
Of the Tom.
You and Stephen King.
Me and Stephen King. You know, he's going to be in Sarasota next week signing autographs.
So, hey, you know who's going to be in Lima this weekend?
Who's that?
Jimmy Pardo.
Mr. Bean? Oh, because that'd be funny. Lima Bean?
Yeah, Jimmy Pardo.
Really?
Lima.
Doing stand-up comedy?
Doing stand-up comedy with
Wow.
the Bob and Tom tour.
Oh.
Rare road appearance
That'd be worth
by Mr. Pardo.
that'd be worth a 45-minute drive, probably.
Maybe, but I'm sure it's probably sold out or expensive or whatever. Because he's awesome.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he is. I've been listening to a lot of comedy lately at work.
Really?
Yeah. I actually listened to one of his CDs. Not, Never Not Funny, but like one of his actual live shows on
right.
CD. Yeah. It's a lot like the one we went to. We were just talking to the crowd and making fun of people.
Just off the cuff kind of stuff.
Yeah. Listened to a comedian by the name of Paul F. Tompkins. It was pretty funny. Maria Bamford, hilarious. It was a rough day at work because I just kept laughing and trying not to laugh out loud.
I heard Roseanne Barr's doing a HBO comedy special
Not give a shit.
next month.
Could not give a shit. But we're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about this big event, episode 50.
Yeah.
I have lifted the noir ban.
Yeah. You brought it back.
I brought back the noir. I don't know that I can do that. I'll try.
Not quite. Man, we need to Oh, that's what we should do for this one. Bring back the noir. We should find a clip of that somehow.
I sent Pat a clip of that. I should have figure out a way to like make a recording of it.
Right.
I think I still have that email that has that link to it, so
Hey.
it should be pretty easy to find now.
Awesome. That is entertainment.
It is. Yeah, I'll see if we can put that like at the beginning of the episode or
That'd
something.
be good. That'd be good. So yeah, Noir. We
Noir.
brought back.
Yeah,
Watched
we
a
reviewed
noir movie.
A noir movie. Our second noir movie starring the kid from Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh wow, it is.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, starring in
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. Or otherwise known as The Lookout.
The Lookout. Yes.
I have still not seen G.I. Joe, have you?
No.
No.
I heard it's still like number 8 in the box office right now.
Really?
Isn't that retarded?
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
It's coming out on DVD like in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Inglourious Bastards is like 12 or 20 or something.
Ah, that's upsetting.
Yes. I mean, I haven't seen G.I. Joe yet, so I don't know that it's the flaming pile of crap that it looks like it is, but...
Does, you had mentioned at one point in time that your girlfriend wanted to see it. Does she still want to?
I think so. I think she's Netflixing it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, there's a G.I. Joe cartoon coming out on DVD the same day as the movie that Warren Ellis wrote.
Really?
Yeah, called G.I. Joe Resolute. I have that on my Netflix queue. And, of course, like, when I put it up there, like, it says, well, if you like this, you might like G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. And I did. I sat there for a couple minutes. Should I? Should I not?
Really?
Like, I don't... There's, like, a very deep-seated part of me that does want to see it.
It could
Just
be fun.
to say that I did. And it could be fun.
Yeah. It looks dumb.
Yeah,
But I enjoyed Ghost Rider, so what? I don't have any grounds to stand on.
that's true, and that was a god-awful movie. I'll probably wind up seeing it at some point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure I will. G.I. Joe was by far my favorite thing when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was
For like 10 years.
definitely one of mine, and I know that as an adult, like when Cartoon Network used to run reruns of the old '80s cartoon, they kind of held up.
Yeah?
Yeah, they kind of still maintained.
I like the Pyramid of Darkness.
Yeah.
That was good. Real American Hero. I like the ones that are like 5 episodes that weave together into
Like
sort
a
of a
miniseries
movie.
Yeah. I think those are like the first. I think it started out like as a series of miniseries before they just started going episode by episode.
Right. Good
Excuse
stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say something else about G.I. Joe.
About G.I. Joe. You love the way Baroness looks in a thong.
Well, who doesn't? Her and Scarlet going at it.
CoverGirl.
Scissors.
Lady J. Jinx.
What?
And Zarena. I'm trying to think of all the hot G.I. Joe ladies.
Yeah. I was just thinking about Scissor Fight. But, anyhow, that has nothing to do with The Lookout, other than Cobra Commander. But,
He's a really good actor, by the way.
yeah, he's really, I think if all the child actors out in the world, he's probably the one who's proven himself the most, the best, I don't know, other than Kurt Russell.
And the girl from Small Wonder. I love her porn. It's awesome.
She doesn't do porn. Are you talking about the neighbor kid? About the robot?
Oh, the robot, yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't.
But they could still call it Small Wonder,
They
maybe.
could, yeah.
Or
It'd
like
be probably
Anal
more-
Wonder or something.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of...
yeah,
Probably not good.
yeah. I'm sure there probably is something like
There's
that.
a Small Wonder spoof porn out there
probably
somewhere.
has to be. There has to be. But no, like child actors always have the sort of the fear that they're going to get typecast forever as the kid from Third Rock from the Sun,
Right, the Urkel.
Urkel, yeah, and he's really gone out of his way to become an actor and not just that guy,
All right.
and so bravo to him.
Yeah.
And You know,
Did you
whether
know?
G.I. Joe is a terrible movie or not, you know, what can you say about the fact that, you know, the kid from Third Rock from the Sun got cast as Cobra fucking Commander?
Yeah.
Urkel never got cast as, like, any villain in anything. You know, he's not Megatron. He's not the Joker. You know.
Megatron.
He's just Urkel.
He was on some show.
He was on Psych.
Yeah. Was that me and you that watched that, or me and Pat?
You and Pat may have watched it, but we saw the commercials for it.
Okay.
Because
I think it was on when we were at that motel, and he was like, "It's Urkel."
because Chicago was before, was it SPX that you went to?
Yeah.
SPX. Yeah. So many small press conventions, I can't remember them all. Space, SPX, something else.
Yeah. TCAF or whatever.
TCAF. There was one, I think, that was just this past weekend also, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Damn it. Missed one. Ape, probably?
Ape.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
Never been to that one. But yeah, we saw that Urkel episode when we were in our motel.
Yeah. So the episode of Psych that was on when we were in a hotel together was the one with Suresh from Heroes. The Indian wedding.
Okay.
The water was spicy.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, that was funny, actually.
I love Psych. It's one of my favorite shows.
I've only seen, like, those 2, 10-minute clips. That's all I've ever watched.
But anyway, again, the lookout is what we're supposed to be talking about.
We're good at this.
Yeah, we are. So awesome. So back into the noir swing of things.
Yeah.
Again.
We hadn't done that in a while.
No, yeah. What'd you think?
I thought it was alright.
Really?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Really?
I enjoyed parts of it immensely, and then there was like, I don't know, and this is not even part of what I don't like about it, but it like started out when it first started out, I was like, whoa, this looks like one of those like urban legends. I Know What You Did Last Summer kind of movies, like when they were driving along in the car and they were all like hanging out of the car, because I like those kind of movies. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. But then it like changed into the whole like sort of noir crime kind of thing. But I don't know. I thought it was all right.
Really?
It's never really, you know,
Never got you.
never got me. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it,
Right.
but I'm just kind of like,
Indifferent about it.
yeah. I mean, there's parts like I thought Jeff Daniels
Jeff Daniels was great.
He was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are not so. Yeah, I don't think that it's about parts of the movie being not so great. I think that it's maybe hard to differentiate between actor and character, but there are just some. Yeah, at this point, I'll say actor. There's some acting in it that is bad.
Yeah.
Mostly the girl.
Lovely
Lemons.
Lovely Lemons. And was that Ozymandias?
That was Ozymandias, the antagonist of the movie.
Yeah.
It's played by that same guy. Yeah.
Also in Match Point, I believe.
You said that last week, but I've not seen it, so I don't know. But definitely Ozymandias. Definitely a little less gay in this movie.
Mm-hmm. He was tough. Yeah, even him, he was one of the ones that was just kind of like him and that guy Bones, was it?
Bone, yeah.
He was like they kind of.
Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, he was doing a great impression. It seemed like they both sort of stepped out of a TV movie, like those characters.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know, they were just it was a little like those two guys. I think were like some of the cheesier parts of it for me.
Really. The Bone guy, his name is Bone. I don't necessarily think of him as cheesy, but definitely cliched.
Right.
Just the silent, tough guy. He's supposed to be scary, but they kind of all washed away, like towards the end when he started speaking.
Yeah.
But he never actually came across as the menace that he was supposed to be. He just sort of, it's
Right.
like, this character is the menace. That's what you're supposed to feel about it.
Yeah, like the first two scenes he's in, he's just kind of sitting there on the couch,
Right,
and
right.
I really thought he was like their retarded grandfather or something. I really just thought that's what he was.
Yeah.
I did like the cop, Deputy Donut.
Deputy Donut.
He was right out of a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah.
He was such a quirky, awesome character.
Yeah. And I do like that. I'm going to spoil the fuck out of this movie.
Spoiler.
They killed Deputy Donut. But building up to that, they make him such a great character that you really feel bad
Yeah.
when that happens.
Especially when his pager goes off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. And, so, I mean, excellent job with that. Filmmakers, way to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were some really excellent parts of the movie.
Yeah. I guess real quick rundown of the plot. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a guy who, the movie starts out, he's hanging out with his girlfriend and some friends, and they get into a car accident. He suffers a severe head injury, calling back the beginning of this episode. And he's just not right anymore.
He has a bad memory, has some synesthetic reactions. It's a
Yeah.
little odd.
Yeah. There's just certain things he can't do anymore. And,
Motor skills.
motor skills.
His left hand.
He doesn't have any inhibitions anymore. He just sort of blurts out what he thinks. Yeah, he's, can get violent and angry really easily, and emotionally just unstable. So he's trying to get his life back together, and he works at a bank at night as the janitor. And Ozymandias and his crew.
I'll call the Watchman.
Ozymandias and Lance Henriksen. I'm going to point out, just in case it's not completely obvious, Lance Henriksen's not in this movie.
But he is, though.
But his clone is.
Yeah. His stuntman, probably.
Yeah. They use Chris, this is the character's name. They use him to break into the bank's vault and steal all the money.
Right.
As they know that there's going to be a huge shipment of cash into the bank. They play with the fact that his head is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And
They take advantage.
Yeah.
As people will do.
as criminals will do.
Oh, yes, they will.
Yes. Then Jeff Daniels plays Lewis, the blind roommate of Chris.
And they want to open a restaurant together.
Called Lose Your Lunch.
Lose your lunch. Because, Lou, short for Lewis. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Chris also comes from an affluent family who pretty much pays his way through life, but only to the point where he can't really... Well, he can almost take care of himself, but he doesn't have any freedom about it.
Right.
And so this is part of Chris's motivation for taking part in the heist that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, and then of course, like all good heroes in a noir, he gets second thoughts. And, and it turns sour.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, everything you're describing, like, it was bringing back, like, mostly good memories of the movie. Like, I think it was fun.
Right.
But yeah, just, for me, I think I expected something a little, I don't know, more...
Gritty, harder edged.
I don't know what I expected, but...
Funny.
It was funnier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels is basically the comedy relief.
Yeah.
He has some good non-comedic role in the movie,
serious,
but
serious parts.
But he's definitely, for the most part, the comedy relief.
Yeah.
He's awesome at it.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It just wasn't. I don't think it was great.
Yeah.
3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. if we were to
do
start
this
doing that, but
which we won't.
Yeah, but better than average. Not amazing, but I really enjoyed it still. Second time I've seen this.
You know, whoa. Sounds like I'm getting into my my diving suit. My favorite thing I think about the movie, though, is like you said at the beginning of the movie, it starts out with the whole crash scene,
Right?
and that was a really nicely done scene with like the fireflies or whatever. But I really like how like they sort of pause right at the crash,
Right.
and then there's like this sort of, I didn't really seem to notice it, but like for like the next hour, there's like kind of this little bit of tension until at the end he's driving along the same road and he sort of relives it in his head, and then they show the crash in like full detail,
Right.
and it's sort of like it's like a
relief.
breath of relief. Yeah, it's kind of a neat trick because it's not like a tension that is uncomfortable through the whole movie, but you can definitely feel like something. Yeah, like it wasn't paid off at the beginning, but they pay it off at the end, and I think it really adds to the atmosphere of the movie a lot.
I think one thing that I like about the movie the most is the fact that, it is a noir film, but it's not in your face about it. It's a very subtle, slow burn kind of thing.
Right.
And even to the point where it's revealed that, the bad guys are the bad guys and they're planning this heist. It's not like, dun dun.
Right.
It's like, hey, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah, and the first few scenes you saw the bad guys, you just thought they were like, kind of losers, kind of weirdos. Yeah, you didn't think they were criminals.
Right.
Yeah, and there's not a ton of gunplay, but there is some.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't, like you said, hit you over the head with the whole crime element.
And there's a femme fatale in the movie played by Isla Fisher, the very cute redhead.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible actress.
Maybe she was supposed to be dumb, though? I don't know.
Well, there's the scene with her and Jeff Daniels where he's basically just grilling her.
Yeah.
Where she comes off as super dumb.
Yeah.
And, I totally get that. And, that scene was funny. And, got the point across that it was supposed to. But overall, still, she's just not good.
Yeah, and when you put someone in a one-on-one scene with someone like Jeff Daniels,
who's amazing.
Yeah,
right?
It kind of reminds me, like every once in a while I see a movie with, De Niro or somebody where they're just talking to, I don't know, Drew Barrymore or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of thought she was a good actress until, I watched them do a back and forth, and you're like, wow, there's a character that's really believable, and I'm pull him in, and then it cuts to Drew Barrymore, and then it's back to this believable character. It's like, it sort of, it kind of calls out her
lack of experience.
Right? Yeah, there you go. That's the nicest way to say that she sucks. No, she's all right, but
hey, very attractive.
She'll go far.
Married to I don't know if married, but at least together with Borat.
Okay, well then she's all right.
Yeah, she's
set. Yeah, she doesn't need to worry. Maybe she could learn to dance or play the guitar.
Yeah, maybe or dance like Lovely Lemons,
like Lovely Lemons would.
But yeah, she's the femme fatale in the movie, but definitely not the traditional femme fatale role. She, you know that she's working with these dudes, but at the same time, she's got, and this just may be her bad acting, I'm not sure, naivete, I guess.
Yeah, because usually femme fatale is like this, really conniving, smart, like shark-like person.
Right, and
she's not.
Yeah, and she doesn't do anything. Well, she obviously gets second thoughts about everything that's going on, and but she only plays Chris to the point where he agrees to the heist, and then after that, after her conversation with Jeff Daniels, she sort of maybe sees the error of her ways and just leaves.
Yeah, you get the feeling that when he was talking to her, she
got it.
She thought that she was really gonna play a bigger part in Chris's life than just duping him.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of good characters, a lot of good, good acting for the most part.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it, but didn't love it.
I can't say I loved it, but I liked it a lot. Excuse me.
Seems like there was something I was going to mention too about. Oh yeah, we've been watching a lot of things with people from Third Rock from the Sun lately that are really good, like the Dexter episodes. That's cool that show is like the breeding ground for all these awesome actors.
Right.
Whatever happened to Frenchie?
I know. That's what I was about to say. Where's French Stewart at?
Didn't he do like Arby's commercials or something? Or like airplane? He did some sort of commercials for a while.
I know. Well, he was doing Clamato juice for a while.
Was that what it was?
I remember seeing him on an episode of Pushing Daisies.
Really?
Yeah. But, I don't know what he's been doing since then.
And the lady was really funny, too, on the show.
Kristen Johnson.
Kristen Johnson.
I think she is actually doing an American remake of Absolutely Fabulous.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
That should not happen.
No, it shouldn't. The original shouldn't have happened.
I like some British TV a whole lot, like Young Ones and Monty Python, but then there's stuff like Absolutely Fabulous, and I've never seen Doctor Who, but every time I see something about Doctor Who, I'm like, okay, Grant Morrison wrote an issue of Doctor Who or a series.
Right.
I still don't want to read it.
No, yeah. Well, we're not sci-fi buffs either, so there's strike one.
I don't mind sci-fi.
I don't mind sci-fi either, but I definitely don't seek it out or get excited about it. I think strike two for Doctor Who is, and I'm just assuming, but I'm pretty sure in my head every time someone mentions Doctor Who, all I can think of are like cardboard sets, and really shitty special effects,
and not in a like quirky like punk rock kind of way,
right?
But in a like ugh,
right. And I'm sure the new one is probably a lot better than that, but you can't burn that old shit out of my head. Yeah.
Me and Kathleen got invited to watch some of the new Doctor Who with a friend, and we might end up watching a couple episodes, and I'm sure I'll hate that, and I'll tell you all about it.
All right, I look forward to that. Who else was in this movie?
I keep thinking you're about to spit it out, so I don't say anything.
The woman who does the voice of Peter Griffin's wife on Family Guy.
Oh, really? I don't know who that is.
Alex Borland is her real... Borstein.
Who was she in the movie? Was she the bank lady?
She was the bank lady.
She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She kind of reminded me of, I don't know.
Lois Griffin.
Yeah.
That's the character's name. That's what I was trying to think of.
She reminded me of somebody that would be in Ghost World, they would mock or mimic or whatever.
Yeah. She might have been. I don't know. She used to be on Mad TV. I know that much.
Oh.
Mrs. Swan. I loved Mad TV, and I don't care who fucking knows.
I could not stand that show. I even met one of the guys that was on it, and he was super nice.
Pat Kilbane?
Yeah.
He is a very nice guy.
But yeah, I could not. I wanted to be like, I didn't say anything like, hey, you're the guy from, that show that I abhor. I was like, I didn't want to say that. So I was just like, hey, how's it going?
He's, hey, I liked that show. I liked him on that show. That guy's a nice guy. Dayton native. Played Reverse Kramer.
Yeah, see, that's cool. Yeah. I didn't know that when I saw him, or I would have said that. I didn't recognize him from there. I recognize him from from Daily Thing.
Reads The Walking Dead.
See, he bought Walking Dead trades from me.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
And, well, hey, The Walking Dead's a great book.
Yes, it once was.
Still is. It's an awesome book.
I can't say anything. I haven't read it in like 3 years or whatever, 2 years.
It's, I talked about it, I think, last week, about how, like, the reaction I had to the last trade paperback.
Oh, yeah.
Just how awesome it was. It's definitely something that I would love to be able to pick it for the show, but I can't.
Yeah, but like, who are these people?
Right.
Rick doesn't have a hand anymore?
Yeah. It's like, here's volume 11 of Walking Dead. We've never talked about 1 through 10.
We could review the first one. I'd do that.
Yeah, we could.
Because that was the good one.
No, it wasn't.
You know, Tony Moore, I believe, is going to be in Cincinnati next month at a comic convention.
There's a comic convention in Cincinnati.
It's like a pop culture sci-fi comic convention.
Yeah.
Because I know the people that did the voices of Pizzazz and Jim from the cartoon show Jim are going to be there.
Pizzazz.
She was one of the Misfits, I think.
Ooh,
or maybe
okay.
she was one of the holograms. I'm not sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jim and the holograms?
I know Jim and the holograms. I know the Misfits.
Cerebro? Or no, not Cerebro. That was from X-Men.
Jerry Only.
What the fuck?
The Misfits.
No, not those.
Only.
Not the
Doyle
female.
Wolfgang.
The female Misfits.
Frankenstein.
The cuter, cartoonier Misfits.
Bobby Steele.
Synergy. Shit, that's what I was trying to think of.
Countless other Misfit drummers. Dr. John.
No. None of those people are going to be there.
Damn. Because I would totally see those guys.
But yeah,
as long as they don't play.
What is it? Comics? I'll figure it out.
Who gives a shit?
Some cartoon people are going to be there.
I don't know. You said Tony Moore. I've already met Tony Moore.
Yeah.
I don't need to meet him again.
I never talked to him.
I don't have anything else that he can sign for me.
Maybe get some Ghost
Battle
Riders.
Popes, I guess.
Yeah, the Ghost Riders?
No.
Well, I can let you borrow mine.
No. Although I hear the Ghost Riders is good, but
I enjoyed what I read. I haven't read all of them yet.
Jason Aaron wrote it.
He wrote it. Wrote it with his pens.
Yes, in between doing Scouts.
Does he do Scouts?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Not Tony Moore, Jason Aaron.
Yeah.
And Wolverine Weapon X with Ron Garney.
That doesn't sell at all, by the way.
Your favorite artist in the world.
We can't sell 7 copies
Ron Garney.
of a Wolverine book.
Really?
Can you believe that?
Really?
That's insane.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Why?
And then people won't buy it.
Really?
Weapon
Why?
X. I don't know. But it's probably good.
Well,
It's probably the one Wolverine
you're
book that's
probably
good.
right, yeah. I'm sure everyone's lapping up
Dark
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 80 copies at a time.
Seriously?
Yeah.
God damn it.
No, I think we sell about 60, but still 10 times as many
Still.
as
Wow.
we do. Yeah.
You can't sell 7 Weapon X's.
No. I just had to cut the order again the other day.
Is there another Wolverine book still out there?
There's the
Wolverine
Origins.
How's that do?
It's somewhere in between. We sell
Yeah.
like 25, 30. Yeah.
That's obscene. Yeah. Well, I guess maybe I should check out Wolverine Weapon X then.
It's probably good. It's
Yeah.
one of those things you should be reading.
Maybe. Who knows? We don't know, because I'm only going by the Mavericks readership, and if they generally don't like it, then that means it's awesome.
You know, and honestly, I bet you 3 of those 6 are people that just buy anything with Wolverine in it.
Right.
They don't even read it. They just throw it on a box in a bag and board.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're getting way off topic of the movie. I don't think we really have anything to say about the movie anymore.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. See Brick instead.
See them both.
Yeah. But Brick first.
But Brick is better.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
I think that's what I was expecting. I was like, oh, another cool crime noir movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right.
And, yeah, it was alright. It wasn't bad.
But, no, I've been talking about how I've been going through all my comics, and one of the things I'm doing with them is I'm getting rid of all my bags and boards. I'm taking every comic I have out of their bag and board, throwing them away. My fucking bedroom is littered with goddamn stray bags and boards. And, like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and slip on one and nearly break my fucking neck. And
The bags are dangerous.
yes, they are. They're slippery.
The boards
It's
you can
carpet.
You can draw
Especially-
on them boards, though. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Recycle them, whatever.
Because then I'd have to take all the boards out of the bags then too. And, yeah, fuck that. Just get rid of them all. Yeah.
And probably reduces your inventory.
A little bit,
Like
yeah.
a box by, a fourth or something.
Yeah, yeah. A little bit. There's a difference, a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
One more thing before we take our break here. I found, the closet that is blocked by a shit ton of comics that has boxes of comics in it.
Right.
I finally made it through into there.
Really?
And pulled out the boxes and started going through them. Found a whole bunch of shit that I almost forgot that I had. I found finals.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
I have 2 copies of finals.
You should give it to me for Christmas.
Hey, there we go. I'll give you the autographed ones.
Start your quest anew.
But I had a copy of The Hood, #1 and #2 by Kyle Hotz and Brian Vaughn.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, well, I don't know if I've said this. What I figured out is that based on what I have bagged and boarded and put away in storage versus what I just had out, it's been 5 years since I last organized my collection.
Gosh.
So apparently, at some point, I decided that I would just buy the first 2 issues of The Hood, and then I gave up on it, and then eventually I bought the trade paperback.
Okay.
And so I had the trade paperback somewhere. So I'm going through this box and I find the first 2 issues of The Hood. I'm like, well, I've got the trade. I don't need these anymore, so I put them in the trash pile. And I'm looking back over it and I notice that they're autographed
Really? By Brian Vaughn?
by Kyle Hotz.
Oh.
Took them up to Mid-Ohio Con, and he was there and had him
Sweet.
sign them. So I was like,
Gotta keep him.
I guess I should keep those. Yeah.
He is awesome.
He's very awesome. I do have my Mosaic trade paperback signed by him, so.
I've got that as well.
Yeah.
I think I have the single issues and the trade. I was a super fan of Mosaic.
Mosaic is pretty awesome, and still holds up too. Read it a couple years ago.
It's been a few years since I've read it.
Yeah. Take a break?
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
He
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Indeed.
It was a good break.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Before we move on, I wanted to tell a quick story related to the song we just heard.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The other night, I think it was Tuesday, because I went bowling.
Mm-hmm.
I went bowling with my lady friend. Came home, went to bed, got up, walked my dog just like normal every day.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is morning, then.
This is Wednesday morning.
Morning,
yeah.
right.
So Wednesday morning, walked my dog, and then on the way back home, I was walking down the sidewalk, and I was walking past my car, and I noticed this like water bottle sitting on the sidewalk, like on the lip of the sidewalk, you know, like how it like sort of bevels right before it gets to the street.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting right there, right by my passenger door, and I was like, that's weird. Wonder if Kathleen left a water bottle. I was like, she wasn't drinking any water, and I look over at my car, and I look inside, and like, it looks like something exploded in my car. And I was like, what? And I glance over, my stereo's gone. But all my windows are intact, so I reach over, and my passenger door opens. And I get in my car, and like everything from my glove box and like from under the seats and everything is just like all thrown around as if, you know, someone was looking for something valuable, which there's not in my car.
Right.
But you know, there was a CD player, which is no longer there. And I was like, oh fuck! And then like first thing I thought was like, I had some CDs in here, because you know my CD player, you know, whatever.
Right.
But and I looked around, and my CDs had been sitting. I only had 2 CDs in the car. I usually only have a couple at a time.
Yeah.
They were sitting in the little thing. What do you call the trough between the front 2 seats?
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of change, probably totaling 80 cents tops, because no quarters.
Right.
Just all nickels, dimes, pennies, and the like.
Yeah.
And those 2 CDs had been in there in the change tray, and they had tossed them to the side so they could get the 80 cents and nickels.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, whew, at least my CDs are still here. And my windows aren't broke, which is a plus.
Yeah.
And
so the door was open, or?
No, and it was all locked, but they had jimmied it open.
Well, probably from the passenger side window, as it'd be my guess.
Yeah, the passenger side. I had a break-in like a few years back, 4 or 5 years ago, and it's never quite been right. Like the window rolls up past the spot where it's supposed to, and you can sort of reach in. I mean, not your hand, but, you know, jimmying tools, whatever the kids use these days. Slim Jims. Hanger. Any of those implements. Yeah. So that morning I was like, well, shit. Okay. So I stopped on the way to work. I stopped my insurance company, and I was like, yeah, is this covered? Because years ago when it happened, I had no idea it was covered.
Right.
I went there for something else, and I mentioned how like my car had been broken into, and they were like, oh, well, yeah, we'll pay for that, and we'll buy a new stereo and pay for your window. And I was like, are you serious? But so this time it was not covered because like about a year ago I switched to Allstate, and because it was right by my house. There was like an office literally like a block from my house. Yeah. And so I switched it to that. And the lady ended up being a crook. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, that crook, they're ripping me off. I mean, literally, she went to prison. Right. For embezzling from Allstate. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to switch back. So I switched back to State Farm. Yeah. And but when I switched back, I just went for liability this time only. Instead of like comprehensive, I think I had. Yeah. So she was like, oh, I'm really sorry, but it's not covered anymore. And I was like, I didn't think it was. But And then so I called the police and made a police report. And I grabbed the bottle of water that was sitting outside my door, and I just threw it in my car. Because, you know, I was like, this fucking criminal thing, you know. And I called the police, and I was like, by the way, I don't know if this is important, because I gave them all the info. And I said, I don't know if this is important or not, but they left a bottle of water they were drinking, like, right outside my door. And he was like, it was right outside your door? I was like, yeah, I was just sitting right on the sidewalk right by the door that was, you know, unlocked, that they had got into. And he goes, yeah, if it was outside of the car, we can't do anything. We can't dust it for prints or anything. Right. So I still have it in my car. I have this half-drinking bottle of water that some fuckhead that has my CD player, and which, by the way, like, he didn't steal my the 2 CDs that were there, but unfortunately I was listening to White Light, White Heat by the Velvet Underground in the CD player, and like that's gone because it was in the player. Yeah. But luckily, I had a Low CD and a CD by the band that we just played. The CD I bought when we were in Chicago. This is the Black Eyed Snakes. Yeah. And I was like, if these assholes want to say this music is not good enough to steal, I want to prove to everyone listening what a gem they missed out on, because it's such a great CD. So that's why I wanted to pick that song.
Yeah. Well, I don't like a Low. But I did listen to that other CD the way back, and it wasn't bad. It's way different. Yeah. It's like a Low side project or something like that.
It's like, I think it's all the same people, but yeah, just a completely different kind of music.
Rocky, bluesy. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Definitely blues inspired.
Yeah.
So no longer have a CD player in my car.
It kind of reminds me of my coworker. He lives out in East Dayton, near the ghetto. Mm-hmm. In the ghetto. He lives in the ghetto.
As Elvis would say.
Yeah. But not as smooth.
Well, who was? No. Who is, except for you and your sick, sexy voice.
That's true.
You're sexy sick.
Yes, I am. Thank you. But before he and I started carpooling to work, he would always talk about at work how about once a month he would get his car broken into. And he never kept anything in his car. Like, the most he would keep was, like, a bag full of trash. And he said, like, once a month he'd go out to his car in the morning and, like, all the trash would be, like, scattered all over his car.
That's gotta be annoying.
Yeah. And, but, like, he's never locked his doors because, they're just gonna break in anyway, right. So you might as well, like, not have a broken window.
Save that one step.
Right. So, recently, he's been telling, I was there one day. He picked me up and, like, I got into the car and something was kind of off in the car anyway, and, like, I had my lunch with me and I put it in the back seat, and I looked back and there were all these gnats flying around in the back seat of his car, and I was just like, oh shit, bugs. And he's like, yeah, some guy broke into my car over the weekend and I slept here, and he spilled beer all over the seats.
That's just not courteous.
And so, like, every weekend or so, he'll come pick me up, like, every other week, and he'll be like, yeah, my resident was back, because I got in the car and the seat was leaned all the way back, and
my gosh.
Like, yeah, he's always, like, taking his change. He doesn't keep anything else in his car. But, like, the guy will, like, leave his beer bottles or, like, candy wrappers in the car.
See, why? Like, it's bad enough that you're going to... It's like when you stay all night in a motel and you feel the need to, like, trash it before you leave.
Right, yeah.
Like, just be courteous.
And, like, his glove box. Like, his glove box has never stayed shut. So, like, we'll be, like, driving to work and all of a sudden, like, it'll just flop open and hit me in the knees. So, like, he just finally got fed up with it and he rigged it so that it can't be opened now. Unless you, like, take a crowbar and open it. Well, this guy basically has spent, like, every weekend trying to open this thing.
Because now that it looks locked, he assumes there's something valuable.
Yeah, right.
That's horrible.
To the point where, like, finally, like, last week we were driving along and it just flopped open. Like, however he had it rigged was, like, loosened enough that it came open.
He should get some seat covers and put, like, rusty nails under the seat covers.
Yeah. Well, luckily he's only going to be at that house for, like, 9 more days.
Right.
So,
wow. By the time this airs, he'll be out.
I told him what he should do is, like, like the week before he finally, like, moves to the new house, he should put, like, an eviction notice or, like, a rent due notice, like, on his car.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry if you don't pay by Thursday. I'm going to have to move the car. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about just leaving my car unlocked from now on. Because, I mean, they didn't bust the window this time, but 2 different times over the years I've had my window busted up.
Right. Maybe you should stop living in such shitty places.
Well, I think this is was this the first time? No, this is the second time it's happened at my house. The one time it just happened when I was seeing a band play at a bar downtown.
You told me about that because you're afraid to park at the parking garage by the Neon.
I know, like, I'll park in the garage,
right.
which is retarded because it's, like, a lot less visible up there.
Right.
But I don't know, I just haven't been broken into there, so I'm like, you know. I guess it's more likely that it would be broken into there. Well, whatever. But yeah, like, come on, 80 cents. I mean, I am my CD player.
Right. I remember I was, a couple years ago, I got caught driving with a suspended license and no insurance, and so I had a couple court dates that I had to appear at, and I would, show up at court, and of course they run through all the other cases, and I remember this one kid, he got arrested for breaking into people's cars in Oakwood and stealing the change.
Yeah.
Like, he wound up, like, stealing maybe, like, out of, like, the entire neighborhood, he got, like, maybe $5 worth of change.
That's horrible, yeah.
And he got arrested and busted, and,
so not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I use all my quarters, Whatever. But yeah, so that was my exciting week.
Yeah. I've just been sick, and took Monday off of work. Slept most of the day. Finally got up at around like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Throughout the day, like, I kept hearing all this weird shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would hear like hammering and drilling, and heard what sounded like someone taking like a large piece of sheet metal and just sort of, making thunder noises with it.
Well, maybe somebody's making a radio show upstairs, man.
Well, it was downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got up around 4, went out and checked my mail, and there was a giant ladder going up to the chimney. And there was like crap all over the ground, all over the sidewalk, all over the lawn. They had like torn bricks down from the chimney area, and I was like, all right. So lay down on the couch and I start watching a movie, and there's a knock on my door. It's my landlord, and it's like, well, if you haven't noticed, we're putting a new furnace in your apartment. I'm like, oh, okay. Everything makes sense now. And it's like, we'll be done shortly. I'm like, okay. It was like 5 o'clock by this point, The business where my landlord operates from closes at 5, so he's usually out of here by 5. Around 5:45, I was here in the office, and I kept hearing this knocking sound, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. It wasn't coming from my front door, and it kind of almost sounded like it was coming from upstairs. So I thought maybe he was like knocking on their door or something like that. So I just ignored it, but like the knocking just kept on coming, and like I walked out of here and I realized it was coming from my kitchen.
Oh, your back door.
Yeah,
okay.
He was knocking on my kitchen door, and it's like, go ahead and do me a favor and turn your thermostat up to 90. And I'll call for you when you can turn it back down. Like, okay. And before this, like, I haven't had the furnace on at all. It's still been, too warm for me to want to turn it on, and not cool enough for me to be bothered by the cool weather.
So there's like dust all over it.
Well, yeah. But so like I crank it up to 90. And I'm hoping that maybe, like, this will just be like a minute or two. So I'm just like standing in the middle of my living room, just getting more and more uncomfortable because it's getting more and more uncomfortably hot.
Right.
And I'm like, it gets so far where I start getting antsy. I'm like pacing. I'm just like, come on, just let me turn this back down. And it's just getting hotter and hotter in here.
I'm getting hot just thinking about it.
Yeah. And, well, it probably has something to do with my sexy voice.
That's true.
So finally, like, I hear him knocking on the kitchen door again. Like, I open it up, and he was like, does it get warm in there? Like, yeah, it is. It's like, well, you can,
Turn it to 120.
no, he's like, you can go turn it back down to whatever you had it at before. I was like, you mean nothing? It's like, sure.
So you didn't have to come into your house to replace the furnace?
No, it's down in the basement.
Okay, it's all down there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
which my kitchen leads to, which is where he was.
Sweet.
Yeah. Watched an awful movie while I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
It was not awful, but not great by any stretch of the imagination. It's called Bug. Starring Ashley Judd. Harry Connick Jr.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I almost rented that from the library once. Avoid it? Not great.
I wouldn't say avoid it, but don't go out of your way to see it. Yeah. Well, for one thing, like the movie was totally mismarketed as like this horror movie about, bugs.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
See, I had the same thing happen to me when I went to theater to see A Bug Is Life. I was like, this is going to be the scariest fucking thing. But, alas, no.
Was that also about paranoid schizophrenic trailer trash?
I think so.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
I can't think of anything else that's
Pertinent.
I don't know if I told the story on air or not. I know I told you about the guy at work who left.
Oh, yeah. Ed,
Yeah, he got into an altercation with one of our other employees, and this was 10 minutes into the day, 7 o'clock in the morning. Got into an altercation and decided that he was just going to go home. And he lives 2 hours away from the office, farther away than even I live. And and then nobody heard from him the next day or the day after. And I was sick Monday. And, well, by that point I just assumed that, he's never coming back.
Right, he was done.
Yeah. They come back Tuesday to work, and he's there. Apparently had a heart attack over the weekend. It was in the hospital.
Oh, my gosh, really? Because of the altercation?
I don't know.
Wow. That's horrible. Man. He needs to get some time off for that, probably, to de-stress. Oh, my gosh. So he still works there, though?
He's been there since Tuesday.
Man.
And I asked my coworker, I was like, so Ed was here today. This his first day back? He's like, yeah. Huh.
So the other guy caused him to have a heart attack, maybe?
Maybe.
Boiled his blood.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that explains why Pat didn't tell him to just go home. Yeah? My boss, Pat. Not our listener, Pat.
Right.
Or Pat Kilbane, as we were talking about earlier.
That's a lot of Pats.
It is a lot of Pats. Too many Pats.
Mm-hmm. Too many.
Pats of butter.
So
what, anything else? What comic were you reading?
I picked a book that I'd been wanting to pick for a while.
Oh, a while?
A while.
A while?
What did I say? A while. A while.
A while?
Yeah, a while. Yeah, a while.
Will
Wiley.
Will Wheaton? Will Wheaton? What?
Will Wheaton? Is that it? This is the kid from Star Trek, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it was not Will Wheaton.
Not Will Wheaton.
That's the only thing you've said that it's not sexy. I'm really glad too, because if I hear his voice, if I hear his name in a sexy voice, it might kind of, ruin it for me.
Yeah.
But no, it's a book called Garage Band by I believe he's Italian artist named Jeepy. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. Might be Guy Pie. That might be a gay porn. I'm not sure, but I think it's Jeepy. Gipi.
All right.
Garage Band.
GarageBand. Is that about the Apple audio application that many Mac users use to record podcasts with?
You can hope. It could be.
Because I hate it already.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah. It's a foreign comic, but translated into English. I believe.
Okay. Well, that's good, because I can't read Italian. Or whatever language it might be.
Unless he does both. He might do both. I'm not sure. But, yeah, GarageBand.
GarageBand.
Some rock and roll comics.
Is it, okay. Yeah. That's disappointing, I guess. Oh, I can't really say I've never heard of it. But already I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe by the time we read it, I'll be back in a better voice and be able to rail against it.
Yeah.
At full volume.
Full force, yeah.
But then again, maybe I might adapt to this raspy, sexier, hitting puberty voice that I've got going on.
Maybe that's why I think it's sexy.
Because I'm hitting puberty?
Yeah. I've always found that attractive.
Because the time I try to... There we go. I was going to say the time I try to make it crack on purpose, it doesn't, but it just cracked on its own, so...
So yeah, you disproved your own point. That's what you do. That's what you do.
That's what I do. Alright, so GarageBand by...
Jiffy
Pop.
By Jiffy Pop. Oh yeah! There's weird snack things from Chicago. Did you ever get pictures of those? I haven't seen them.
Oh, no.
What were they called? The Sponge, yeah.
Sponge? No.
And what was the one with the penguins on it?
Pinguinos. Yeah.
Wow.
I was actually just looking through the pictures on my phone today and thinking that I need to go to the Verizon store, see if I can get those downloaded to something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So, yeah, I have to remove all the naked pictures of myself first.
Yeah. I wouldn't have to.
Well, I wouldn't have to, but, I don't want those getting out.
You don't want to freak out the Verizon people.
Right. I don't want to freak out the normies.
Yeah. The ones that aren't into your crazy shit.
Yeah. The squares.
Your genital manipulation project that's last 27 years in the making.
So it started when I was 4. Wow.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Well, I guess
you were a quick
about
learner.
the time where I was figuring out what it was. Yeah. Probably also the last time I saw it. Let's not do that.
Yes.
Right.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
I hope you feel better.
I hope so too. I'm feeling fine. It's just it's affecting my my chest and voice area right now. Got a lot of mucus build up. You did a very smart thing and prevented me from having some milk earlier today.
Yeah,
which just would have been bad.
I tried. Yeah, I'm looking out for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Way to go. All right, let's fucking quit this bullshit.
Goodbye.
Gutter Trash can be downloaded at www.guttertrash.net, iTunes, Podcast Alley, and Feedburner. You can also find us at myspace.com/guttertrash_net, seanborn.net, and buyerbewarecomics.blogspot.com. Contact us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. We'll see you next time.